everyone, welcome to the Learning Ladder. I thought it'd be fun to show you what was on our 6th grade morning cart throughout the whole year, and then talk about ones we really liked. Ignore my printer, it's going in the background, before I switch all the books out. So I did do a video at the beginning of the year showing you what was in our morning cart, but I'll just go through them again and then tell you which ones we really enjoyed before I set up the next one. Okay, the first thing, I have actually removed this one because it was really heavy, but we've loved it. It's Tiger Tiger Burning Bright, and it's a poem for every day of the year. I didn't want it to get damaged. Once we moved house, I didn't put it back in the cart. I kept it on the bookshelf, but basically it's an animal poem. Some of them are longer, some of them are shorter, but it's just absolutely fantastic book. Expensive, but definitely recommend, and you can obviously use it over multiple years, and we will revisit this, I'm sure. Okay, the next one we really liked was this one, and this is On This Day in History, DK, A History of the World in 366 Days, and basically it would give you the date, then it would give you an extract of what happened on that day over previous years. So it was quite in depth. There's quite a lot in terms of years and things, and it wasn't just one little extract. So I think it was real value for money for that, and there were some really interesting things in here. Again, something we will definitely revisit. I have got a different one for this year, but we really did enjoy this one. And this is by DK. Wild Lives, 50 Extraordinary Animals That Made History. This is a Noisy Crow one. We've loved this book. I'm sure we've had this on our cart for multiple years, but it's just absolutely beautiful in terms of its presentation, but it's so fascinating. So it'll give you the information about the particular animal, why it made history, and it's just such an amazing book. Definitely recommend. My daughter's always really enjoyed listening to this one, and they have a variety of different animals throughout history and time, and it's just fantastic. Highly recommend. The next one is A World Full of Animal Stories, 50 Folk Tales and Legends. These books are absolutely stunning in terms of their end pages, and inside just amazing. This prompted us to get the rest, well, not all of them, but several in the series for next year. So basically it had all the different continents, and then there was a story from several of the countries within, and it was just such an interesting book. I highly recommend this one. Now these are all dog and cat themed. My daughter loves both. We've got both, and again, fantastic. This is something that we'll probably end up keeping on our cart for this year as well, because we haven't quite finished them. So basically this one is Fearless Felines, 30 True Tales of Courageous Cats. This is beautiful, but so interesting. Here's table of contents. Sorry if my printer's annoying. It's doing its job. It's a workhorse. Highly recommend this one. We've really enjoyed it. The next one is Rebel Animals at Risk, Stories of Survival. Again, beautifully presented. Table of contents for this one. Highly recommend this one. We've really enjoyed it. And then Tales of Amazing Animal Heroes, Real Life Stories of Animal Bravery. We used this one with her journal, her dog journal, it wasn't from the Thinking Tree, it was from a different company. I'll leave it linked below. And basically she had to write a newspaper article several times throughout the book for dogs in history, or in life basically, and we used this one for that, for reference, and it was really helpful, but also very interesting. Two Truths and a Lie. There are several in this series. We used the history and mystery ones this year because we were doing ancient times. These are such great books. We really enjoyed them. So basically they give you an extract, and then you have to decide the truth and what's the lie, as it suggests in the title, but it basically goes through different periods throughout that time, and there are different articles depending on the topic or theme for that chapter. We have used this one previously. It was really interesting to see her take on it now that she's a little bit older from when we first used it, but definitely highly recommend, and especially if you're doing ancient times. Okay, the next one is Absolutely Everything, A History of Earth, Dinosaurs, Rulers, Robots and Other Things Too Numerous to Mention. We've still got a ways with this one. It's massive, so it'll probably stay on again for this year. Fantastic resource. It has got a bit of everything in here. So let's look at the table of contents. So we've got science, history, everything that you could possibly want. Fantastic resource. The National Geographic Kids Why has been an excellent resource again. We haven't gone through the whole thing, but it's got so many different topics. And then obviously the why, so it's a conversational starter, so perfect for morning basket, morning cart time. And here's our chapters. You've got the body, planet, universe, history, technology, animals, and pop culture. I got this one used, but it's been an amazing resource. Really enjoyed it. So on the top shelf we keep all our reference non-fiction, and then on the middle shelf we've been keeping our fiction, read alouds and independent reads, and then also in this one was a lot of her independent reads. She loves these National Geographic Kids infopedias. I think they're called almanacs in the US, but they're infopedias here. She absolutely loves those. And then on the bottom shelf we were just keeping an array of different games, just things that we could do throughout the year. One of our favourites is Silly Story Laboratory. It's got over 200 magnetic words in there. You can make little silly stories with it, or you can follow the proper grammar that you should use. And they're all different colours depending on what part of speech they are, which I think is really great. We've still got some of the tube figures in there. She still likes to look at those. And we've got the ancient ones in there. Some math games, the hot dots. So she would just periodically pop under here and get something to do during morning time, or she'd just go off the game shelf. I just had these here, a little selection of things for her to consider. So some of our favourite read alouds that we did this year, if you know, we were doing Dragon Academy, which was my unit study based on the Wings of Fire series. So obviously they were some of our favourites. The other thing we really enjoyed was the Incorrigible Children series. That was fantastic. Loved it so much. Highly recommend if you've not read that one yet to give it a try. I think it's really sophisticated for a children's book series. So this is not the first book. This is actually book 3. It was one I could grab, but this is the one I'm talking about, The Incorrigible Children of Ashton Place by Mary Rose Wood. Again, this was a fantastic read aloud. There were 4, I think, or 5 books in this series. 4 or 5 or 6 maybe? I can't remember, to be honest, but we've read all of them. I think there were 4, because I'm pretty sure Unmapsy was the last one. Yes, we read the 6 from Wings of Fire, Dragon Academy. She read them as independent, but she read them out loud, so it was kind of the same thing. Then I read The Incorrigible Children as our read aloud, plus some others from our read aloud shelf, but those were definitely our 2 favourite series from this year. So I've got some of the books I'm considering up here for our morning basket for next year, morning cart for next year, so I'm really excited to set it all up, and I'll be doing that in a future video, but these are some of the titles that I'm definitely looking through. These are some of our science for guest hollows, anatomy and health, and also elemental science, so some of those will definitely be going into our morning cart as well. We keep our other little games that in here for morning time in a basket, and she would pick from those. And then up here as well on our shelf we do have a few new ones this year, like Cats and Kittens. I showed you these in a different haul. The Brain Quest smart cards. We got dog breeds new this year, and then Guessing 10, which I think will actually end up going in a morning cart, either basket or on the shelf. I'm still organising my schoolroom. I'm not going to show you because it's a mess, but it'll be done soon, and then I can sort out the morning cart. But yes, I thought I'd show you our favourites from this year. Some others that were on here, in case you haven't watched the video. We had the philosophy book. That was a really good one. Vocabulary cartoons, that's a fun one. We've read that one before. It was a reread for us. The Story of Life, Evolution, this Roald Dahl book. But yes, and we really enjoyed the morning cart system, much better than the basket system. I was forever having a basket and then a floor pile because they wouldn't all fit in. So this has really been a game changer in terms of organising them. And they've held up pretty well. These were from IKEA, 50p each. They're a bit damaged now, but bear in mind we have moved a long distance. But I think one of them was already splitting before we moved. But I'm going to reuse them again this year. But yeah, I will set it up soon. And in the next, I don't think it'll be the next video, but it'll be a video coming up. I'll show you what's in our morning basket for 7th grade. I love morning basket is something that I want to hold on to for as long as possible. It's just a great way to start the day, and we don't always do it in the morning. Sometimes we'll do it in the afternoon as well if we've got a lot on that morning. So don't think it has to be done in the morning, but it's just that nice, that focused time to spend together reading some great books and playing a game. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.